You know how the story goes. You become a teenager, you start making your friends, you start doing different things, you start moving out of your hometown, maybe you go to college, your interests change. You want to branch out, you want to become your own person. And so you start this new life, you start anew with new friends, a new environment, a new experience, and you're excited, which you should be. You're young and the whole world is ahead of you. What ends up happening is that you find a place in this new home. You find a new clan, you find a new group of people to accept you. And you start fitting in. You start doing the things that everyone else does. You feel like you're a part of something, your own tribe. For the first time since your birth, you're able to separate from the people who reared you, who grew you, who molded you. And now you get the opportunity to branch out and become your own person. Most of us, this happens by the time we're leaving high school, transitioning into a job or college. For me, it happened when I transitioned into college. I started finding my place in a new environment, and I thought, yes, finally, I'm on my own and this is for me. While that is true, the biggest mistake I made was completely abandoning my loved ones. See, in Western culture, it is so common for people when they move from a certain place to simply disconnect from the people they once loved, from the people they still love. And I find that there is less and less of an excuse to do so, especially now that we have technology and all these things to help with communication. Why is it that we're more disconnected than ever? I abandoned my loved ones. It's a big mistake. Those are the people who truly care for me. And even if there are a few that I do not necessarily agree with everything on, I still love them. It is possible for someone to do you wrong, for someone to hurt you, and for you to still love them. I abandoned my family, not necessarily because they did anything wrong to me, but simply because I was young and dumb. See, I didn't really recognize the fact that a family is not just flesh and blood. It is a reference point for life itself. It is the starting point from which we learn all about ourselves and the world at large. I abandoned my family. It was a big mistake because when I got to college and I made all these friends and I started to fit into this new environment, I forgot my roots. I forgot the routine and practices that made me the person I was in the first place. And I lost appreciation for my own culture, my own family, my own friends back home, right? And then I began to lose myself. The uniqueness of who I was before I got into college. Before I got into this new environment. Instead, I started to strip away those things that made me different in an effort to fit in an effort to fit into this new mold. But the problem with abandoning your family for certain things like a newfound community or a new environment is that these environments and communities, newfound, tend to not last very long. They're not really sustainable, especially in college, right? You abandon your morals, you abandon the things you knew to be true, you abandon the old you. While there is some good things to abandoning the old you, there are some benefits to that. At the same time, you can't do that at the expense of yourself, your entire self. Your family is there because they love you, and even though they're imperfect, they're all we've got. They're all we've got. One day, God willing, we will have a family. And I'd hate for my kids, my friends, my family to just up and leave and completely forget about me just because they found new and better. The world can only be fixed one family at a time. And until we recognize this, people will be hopscotching from one community to the next in the hopes of finding something new. But your family is your family. And you can only do what you can. You can only develop what is. And what you do have is your family. Yes, I think it is great for people to move out, branch out, and find new friends and build a community elsewhere. That is absolutely amazing. I think we should do more of that, quite honestly. But I do not think we should make it common for people to completely cut off their origins, to cut off where they came from, to cut off their starting point. That needs to be cherished. That needs to be nourished. There are people still there waiting to be fed. There are people still there waiting for an opportunity. There are people still there waiting to be shown some attention to, right? Reconsider your family. Don't completely disconnect. And I promise you, there's someone who's flesh and blood who means the best for you. Even if you can't find them today or tomorrow, there are people out there in the world who love you. And by family, Your family does not have to be your flesh and blood. Nowadays, I recognize that we have a massive issue with keeping and building and maintaining relationships. It is so difficult for people to maintain the relationships they've once made. Why? Because of all the distraction that there are today, right? We've got telephones, we've got social media, we've got televisions, we've got shows, we've got music. There's so many things, all the lights, the glitz and glamour that are in our face 24/7, that we forget that they're real human beings with real feelings, real hearts, real souls that are out there. And the way we maintain relationship with these people is to continuously check up on them, to continuously be there for them. Maybe not every single day, maybe not every single week, but every once in a while, to show that they have crossed your mind, to say, hey, I see you, I know you exist, and I do care for you, truly. Human beings are social creatures, and we're meant to continuously communicate. We cannot be abandoned by our tribe, and we cannot just up and leave our tribe. We're not built that way neurologically. We need reference points, right? It is said that sanity itself is based on the human being's ability to interact with other human beings. Imagine how crazy you'd become if you were completely isolated all the time for years on end. Absolutely no connection, absolutely no interaction, absolutely no intimacy with your loved ones. That would be tragic, and I promise you, something would go loose. It is the same today. I feel like way too many people have been told that it's okay for you to be completely isolated and completely individual. Yes, I understand the merits and the benefits of an individualistic society, but at the same time, community must be cherished. Your family means the world. Your family should mean the world. Because again, from the moment you were born until now, they have been your reference point. Whatever you consider to be family, whether it is flesh and blood, family, actual family, or friends, just make sure you find that reference point. You find your tribe and you seek to maintain it. Just like building blocks build a building, and steel and repair maintain a building, so it is with communication, phone calls, letters, hi and bye. All those things maintain relationships, and they are completely necessary. It is very important for us to remember the limited time we have here, right? The fact that life doesn't go on forever, and the fact that our loved ones will not be around forever. Do not be the one who regrets not spending more time with the people they loved. Do not be the one who regrets not picking up the phone when they had that tug in their heart to say, hey, reach out to this person. Do not be the one who turned a blind eye to this pain and suffering of the people around you. Do not be the one who holds the regret for giving someone a cold shoulder when they were reaching out for help, because you never know what the outcome of that might be. Recently, someone in my family passed away, and I started to reflect on the fact that time is so short. Time is so short. There's so many instances where I could have reached out to this person and said, hey, how are you doing? How's it going? How's your day been? And I didn't. I ignored my loved ones. It's a big mistake. No one's ever going to be perfect, and I don't think I'll ever be able to fully reconcile with myself in that regard, nor do I think I could fix it wholly in the future. But I do know that making a conscious effort to reach out to the people you love and build these connections and repair brokenness in these bonds, I do know that's a guarantee for a better future, and I encourage you to do the same. Do not ignore your loved ones. Time is short. One day they won't be here. You won't be here one day either. And it's a tragedy that so many people feel left out, abandoned, and excluded simply because we won't pick up the phone, simply because we won't send that invite, and simply because we won't say hi. My name is Corbin. This is Corbin Conversations. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.